Hello YouTube, this is CA Maritime History here. It's STORMWORKS coming to you from the U-534. This is going to be another destruction video just like yesterday's. So this is of course a U-boat, as you can all see, and across the water over there is the MV Armenia. Not much interior over there, but I will do a quick tour of this, the U-534. So up front we have beds in the torpedo room. I don't plan on using the torpedoes. I'll probably use the deck gun to sink the Armenia, but I may use torpedoes if we have to. Through here we have another deck area with a hydrophone in here, and a wireless area in here. The bridge with pumps, and also whatever these are, not really sure what they are, but maps, pumps, lots of random key buttons that say nothing, more bunk area, a little, what appears to be kind of like a stove. Yeah, I'm going to say it's a stove. Yeah, it's a stove. And then, like, shelving over here, like a locker. And then back in here is the engines. They're very loud, that's why they're not running right now. And also why we're going to use the deck gun to sink the Armenia instead of using the torpedoes, because it's highly not very maneuverable. You have to actually be in the engine room to control the engine instead of you can control it from the bridge with the telegraph. Okay. Just checking here, not quite sure why the gun isn't firing. Because, is there a shell in there? Can't really tell from here. No, I don't think there is. I'm going to try to figure out what's going on here. And we may just have to use the sink provided with torpedoes, or use the sink that's actually on the Armenia itself. Just bear with me for a few moments. Okay, so I think I figured it out now. We're going to have to maneuver the submarine so that the bow is actually pointed at the Armenia, that way we can fire torpedoes. Because the gun has no shells in it at all. At least that I could find. Maybe it's something wrong with my game. I doubt it's the fault of the creator. But let's see if we can figure this out. Now, there doesn't really appear to be a helm I can grab onto instead of this with. Actually, with control handle. Okay, so this is control the rudder. Yes, it does control the rudder. So we would actually have to, we're gonna have to back this up. So, is there a reverse on the engines? Throttle, fuel pump, air, fuel, air fuel. Okay, so we're going for a very light and minimal throttle here. Let's go for around 25 each. And then take on the air and the fuel. Okay, now go up to the bridge, get to the control handle. Sorry about the droning noise of the motor, I don't know why it's like that, but let's see. Nice turning, despite how fast this is. So basically we're going to orient this so it's on a horizontal view to the Armenia, and then, okay, we don't want it turned that much because it'll capsize the submarine. Evidently there's not a lot of balance in this. So yeah, right about now I'm just going to park it. So I'm going to cut all power to the engines and such. I hope I'm checking any of it. Okay. Cut throttle. that should be good. We basically have our bow pointed at where the Armenia will be, but now I just have to drive the Armenia up, that's all. So now we're going to get on board the Armenia and look at some of the interior on board. Okay, why did I just... Okay. So that is over there. Let's just teleport there, see how close it gets us. And somehow I'm still farther away. There we go, this should definitely help. Okay, put that back towards the shore, teleport there. Okay, so here's the Armenia. Not much interior. I may have already said that, I don't know. There's a grand staircase-like area on the back, and there is also a, the bridge, of course. The lifeboats, for lag purposes, are not actually launchable, like the top ones, for most of them. Actually, I think for all of them, can be, like, knocked off simply by doing this. You just hit release, and then, of course, the magnet will detach itself, and then you can just pretty much push it off. If I can actually stand on here. You know what? Okay, no, then I'm not going to do that. So down, back through here. Like I said, not much interior, although there is this grand staircase space I've said about. There's nothing in here, that's why the doors are locked. Very Olympic class looking, design-wise. And then through here, like I said, pretty hollow. Void spaces, and then the bridge is right here. So we're just gonna take this up. So I can just hit up, and that will do that for me. And now the Armenia is moving. That's pretty much all the interior that I saw. Let me know if I missed anything, if any of you know anything about the Armenia itself. There's a whistle. Also, you have to run this on infinite electric, because the first time I tested this out, almost immediately after you start running it, it runs out of electric power, so you have to have infinite electric. Infinite fuel, though, I don't think really matters. It is a fuel guzzler, but you can see I can run infinite fuel no problem. You start to get smoke out of the tunnel, and you get lots of smoke. Okay, so that honestly is pretty much it for the Armenia as far as features that I spotted, at least. Actually, wait, hang on. Those boats, no, like, do they swing out? I don't see controls, but I thought for a moment those boats swung out because they're swinging their davits instead of just being magnetically attached to the boat below it. Anyway, so yeah, that's the Armenia, and now we're going to sink it. Of course, that is the whole purpose of this video. Let me guys know if you want a regular sinking of the Armenia. You can see all the hatches here that have to be opened for that to happen. You know, something interesting like that, like just a regular sinking, and see how the ship goes down. By the way it's configured down here, I'm assuming there's some listing feature, because this part is kind of shut off here. Maybe something I'm missing so far. I don't know. Okay, so now we're going to cut throttle and get ready for the destruction of the ship. Okay, we're going to cut throttle on timer. I'm going to have to reverse it. Okay, I think we're good. So now we're going to go back down here to the torpedo room of the U-534. And, okay, yeah, in here. So we're going to flood the tubes. Hatch opening. Some of them automatically will open the hatches from when the tubes... Oh, that's not good at all. We're basically going to end up blowing up the front of the submarine, just because of how close it is to the Armenia right now. I don't know why we still have power and we're moving, because there is no propulsion coming from the propellers, but it does seem to move along for some reason. You know what, did I miss something in the engine? Like, I gotta shut that off. Throttle. Oh, air. doesn't ever shut off air. I don't know if that helps at all, but let's hope it does. If you hear that air raid siren in the background, there's a tsunami, I guess. Hang on, is there? No, I guess it's not, but I heard an air raid siren from the Creative Island back over there. They have one. You can actually see it right between the hangar and the lighthouse. Goes off whenever there's a tsunami, if you're not familiar with STORMWORKS. Okay, the gun still does not work, so we're going to have to use torpedoes. This is not going to be fun. Especially for the fact that, I don't know, just for some reason it's still moving and I can't fix it, so I don't know what's going on with it. Okay, so we are good. Open hatch 1, open... Oh, no, never mind. Open the wrong hatch. It was actually open the physical hatches instead of... Yeah, okay. So, let's turn vehicle damage on and probably watch this thing explode because it's gonna hit that. Okay. Did that do anything? Contact. It's just gonna sink. Okay. So what I think we're gonna have to end up doing is pulling up the Armenia up further, because at the where it's at right now, it's just bouncing off. The torpedoes aren't, they're just glancing blows, they're not actually doing anything. Now let's turn to starboard just a little bit. There's a torpedo over there bouncing for some reason. Don't know why. Okay. Down. Actually, you know what? Reverse. Just a little bit of reversing. That way we can just kind of broadside the vessel here. Reverse and shut off the throttle. Okay, so now I think we can loose the second torpedo against the Armenia, because I think we do have enough room, although not for much longer because the submarine is still somehow moving. They don't know why, but it is. Okay, I was trying to shoot the torpedo that way, you know, just in case it, you know, just like in the case of that, where it just doesn't sink for some reason. I don't know why it's not, but it is supposed to explode upon contact with another object, so I don't know. So I guess with that, guys, we're actually going to have to test out the sinking of the Armenia for the fact that, we can't sink it with any other methods. No, don't turn on reverse. Where's the sinking button? Yeah, right over here. So now it's gonna sink. If any of you are not really familiar with STORMWORKS, you know there's usually hatches in the bottom of the vessel that open up and then flood, which is what I'm looking for right about now. You can see on the front of the ship, it is starting to rapidly take on water. I don't know how fast it's going to settle, since the cavities are just very large, where the actual holes in the hull are. I don't know, but I doubt it will be that long. But in the meantime, let's launch the lifeboats, shall we? At least the ones that can be launched, for that matter. Not this one. Okay. Just flip it over the side, which is what I was trying to do earlier, unsuccessfully. Let's start with all the starboard ones first. Okay, so almost all the boats are launched now. I'm gonna see if they're all off the deck. Maybe some of them fell inboard. No, actually, the starboard ones did not actually go off the deck. And I forgot to launch the starboard rear deck one. So, no, do not fall. Don't fall on the deck. Never mind. Okay, I guess we're not gonna launch that one. Can we get any of the other ones actually off the deck? Okay, I guess I leaned a little hard there. Most you can see there's other decks here, but nothing's on the interior, so I wouldn't even need to visit them. So, the Armenia is sinking. We know that. We don't know how fast, and we don't know how long it's got. What we do know is, well, okay, why is there no water in here? So, yeah, because there really should be. Sorry, folks, just trying to use the pistol and the other weapon I had to advance the sinking a little bit. But also, notice on this side, we actually have quite a bit of water filling up the compartment here. To the point that the ship has actually started to develop a list, and the bow is well underwater, as you can see from here. So I don't know how long the sinking will take. I'll leave the video for... I won't do what I did yesterday and separate the sinking up a little bit. But that's I did both towards the vessel, and I wanted another video so you guys don't have to sit with the whole thing. So, yeah. The actual sinking itself will occur completely in this video. And as you can see, the bow is going down. We have water coming in these compartments over here. No water as of yet in here, unless it's pooling in the back, which does not appear that it is. But over on the other compartment side here, which is in this walled off area, the water is rising very rapidly. When I mean very rapidly, I mean it's not really receding, it's just going up. And this is taller than my character in the water here. A good chunk of the compartment is now underwater. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much that. Well, halfway full. And then, of course, when it is done flooding this compartment, it will flood over the top of the bulkhead here and into this compartment, which doesn't appear to be completely flooding yet for some reason. Also, there are hatches back here which haven't opened yet. And then, once this is full, I'm assuming that it will flood into this compartment over here, or simply over the back rear bulkhead and spill over in this compartment, in which case the hatches will likely open. Or, you know, we can spoil the sinking and open them now, which I think I'll do just for time's sake. And then, you know, this will probably end up capsizing the vessel with all tanks open, you know. It was sort of the engines if you wanted, which kind of just did, but these are smaller engines in STORMWORKS. They're less commonly used now on the larger ships since the introduction of the modular engines. I think it was last year they came out. But yeah, that is pretty much the whole thing, and these should begin flooding very shortly. We don't have a lot of water in here as of yet. Why is there the box here? Is there anything inside it? Does not appear to be. Hang on, what is that? They appear to be hinges or rudders of some kind, like a hidden rudder system. Don't know why, but I don't know. So you can see the bow is really going down now. Very few bits of it remain above the water. Water will soon begin pooling on the actual deck itself, considering it's only got 1 or 2 feet before water is actually at the water line. And I think it might actually help if we like drive this into the water, basically, like sort of like a Britannic scenario. Of course, though, the engines aren't working because I just destroyed them. So, yeah, that's kind of a problem. But anyway, yeah, that was kind of all my fault, so sorry about that, guys. Yeah, they're kind of all destroyed. I mean, they probably would still work if they were running, but of course they are not running. So yeah. See, we got a rear anchor there. I don't think that actually works. I think that's just stationary. But you guys can see now, the bow is less than a foot from being underwater in the forecastle area. Beyond the breakwater, though, it does appear that there's more. Okay, there's water on the bow now. The propellers are almost breaking the surface, but not quite yet, especially on the starboard side. The port side still has some room, though. We still have electrical function because the rudder still works, so I can still control that from the bridge. One of the boats just fell off there. And we now have water on the forecastle deck. Time to check below for water levels. So like I said, the water's flooding in here, and there is some water collecting in the lower sections and rapidly flooding back. Same as in this section here, but also if you notice, this is one whole open area, so it just kind of floods in through here. List is kind of evened out a little bit, but not by much, considering the incredible amount of water that is here. It's kind of filling up over the bulkhead, and because water is on this cargo hatch here, this one right here, it is leaking in. I think that's just how the creator designed it, because I don't really know how else it would be designed, because it's just blocks. There's no hinge or anything that it can be let up through. And yeah, guys, the bow's going under pretty quickly now. For example, on the starboard side of the bulkhead here, you can see that water is there, but it is not even up to the white line on the exterior of the ship's hull, which is well under water, but the water on the inside is not up to that height yet. But the water on the outside, of course, is, well, essentially level with the bow is under it, and the water on the outside is actually right around up to the forecastle deck windows, and the stern is rising out of the water. The propellers are still under the water for now, but not for much longer. And the list, at least to me, appears to be much worse on some sides versus the other. Okay, guys, I think the ship is going. Yeah, the ship's rolling. We might have a safer time if we're actually on board the submarine and watch the sink. So yeah, the ship has just rolled over from a stationary. If you guys missed that, the ship has just rolled over from a stationary, almost upright angle with a slight list to now almost completely on its side, with most of the starboard decks completely submerged, and the port side a little bit out of the water, but not by much, because while those decks are still submerged on the starboard side and out of the water on the port side, it's not for much longer, for the fact that it is, well, the water level's pretty bad. So above the water level's up above the bridge. Let's try to release this boat. We can get off the boat here. Okay, the boat has flipped. Boat's now free. All the boats that were attached should now be floating free, just like the other boat. And this boat, when the water, both boats here should float away when the water reaches it too. So yeah, the Armenia is rapidly sinking now. He's going. I'll just position myself on the stern here. Might have a better vantage point from the flagstaff here. But yeah, guys, this was the sinking of the Armenia. Attempted to sink by the U-534 over there, but of course the weaponry just didn't really seem to work out, so sorry about that. But this was the sinking of the Armenia. I hope you guys have a good day, and please remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below on your ideas, or just something you'd like to say. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.